my loves. It is time for reading today, and we are still talking about central idea. And you could probably guess that from the name of our assignment today. So we are talking about central idea, and central idea is what the text is mostly about. So I want you, and we're going to a different subject real quick. I want you to think back on writing. What is the first paragraph in an essay called? I hope you said introduction. What is our acronym for remembering introduction? What do we write? The 3 sentences. ACE, right? Attention getter, central idea, and examples. So that middle sentence, that central idea is this. It's what you're doing. It's what authors do in their books and what authors do in their articles and what authors do in their passages. They have a central idea statement, just like you do in your writing. So I hope that's a little light bulb for you because you do it, they do it. It's what your text is mostly about. So a lot of you are writing about math problems. So that central idea tells the people what the math problems are. They tell you the class pet. What's the best class pet? They tell you what was that other? Oh, hero, personal hero. It tells you what your hero is in that central idea statement. So that's the same thing that authors do. Now notice your central idea statement is one of the first 3 sentences, right? So is an author's. You'll see that central idea in the first sentence or the last sentence, normally about there. Also, notice I've been talking it in small groups, repeated words. Now, I told you you can't be repetitive, but the words that you're going to always repeat are the central idea. So if you're doing the class pet, I said the only words you can repeat are class pet and hamster or whatever you chose. For your hero, you can repeat the word hero. You can repeat whoever your hero is. I have one student doing Robert Griffin III. That's a football player. So he would repeat that a lot in his essay. I have somebody doing their mom. You would repeat mom a lot in that essay. So that would be like the central idea of your essay, the main thing it talks about, right? So I hope that you can make that connection. Like you're an author when you're writing an essay, and authors do the same thing you're doing. It just sometimes when they're writing books or articles, they're longer, and that's all right. So when we do this, we put details in our essays just like the authors do to back up that central idea. So you don't just say, I love hamsters. Hamsters are great. They are cool. They are cute. They are fluffy. They're this. No, we use real details to back it up. They're quiet. That's a good detail that tells us that it would make a good class pet, right? We use details like they're easy to take care of, or they're not messy. They're cheap. They're not expensive. Those are all details that we use to back up our central idea statement. And that's what authors do. So take what you're doing in writing and think about it during reading. It's the same thing. In writing, you're pretending to be an author, and in reading, you just have to figure out what the author is doing. And since you are doing that in writing, it should be pretty easy for you. So let's take a look at some of these. They're real short. They're little task cards that we're going to look at. And we're going to try to find the central idea. Now, remember, I've told you like a bazillion times, central idea and main idea, those are the same thing. So if you see central idea, I just want you to think main idea, or main idea, central idea. They're the same thing. So we're going to read these little paragraphs, and we're going to try to figure out what the main idea of the passage is. Okay. I can't wait until this weekend. We're going to my grandparents' house, and my entire family will be there. I will spend most of my time playing games with my cousin. We always have such a good time together. The day goes by so fast, and by the end, we are all exhausted, but we still don't want to leave. So the main idea of the passage. So weekends are the times to travel. That's A. B is the writer enjoys spending time with the family. Trying to find a pen. Sorry, guys. C is the writer's grandparents live far away. Or D, the writer is sad to leave her cousins. What's the main thing this talk about? I'm not thinking this one. Weekends are times to travel. That doesn't. The writer's grandparents live far away. The writer is sad to. This is a detail. This is a detail. Our main idea would be the writer enjoys spending time with their family, right? Because they're going to spend most of their time playing games with cousins. They're exhausted. They don't want to leave. They want to spend that time with their family, right? Okay, let's read this one. Wilbur and Orville Wright were brothers who were inventors, even from a young age when they built kites and bicycles. Many people credit the Wright brothers with designing and building the first successful airplane. In 1903, their first flight only lasted 12 seconds, but it continues to inspire people all over the world to learn about science and math, to work hard to realize their dreams, and to use imagination to achieve success. So notice the main idea or central idea is written in a sentence. Yesterday, a lot of you didn't write your central ideas in a sentence, and so you weren't really doing what was expected of you. And I sent you all messages who didn't do the assignment correctly. So check your inbox, check your comments on your assignment, and make sure that you did it correctly. Because when we see central idea, we're going to see it in the sentence. So we've got to figure out what's the main thing that it talks about. So obviously, it says the Wright brothers, it says their name so many times. So it needs to make sure to include that. So I noticed the first two, the Wright brothers, they both had that name in there. See, ICC, Inventors Build Kites and Bicycles, doesn't even talk about the Wright brothers. So I'm going to X that one. And the first flight was in 1903. That one has nothing to do with the Wright brothers. So first off, when you're going through questions, mark off the ones that are silly answers. So now I want you to pause the video and I want you to figure out, is the answer A or the answer B? What's the main idea? Okay, so I hope that you said B. The Wright brothers were inventors who have inspired many people. So they were inventors and they did work hard, but the main thing it talks about is how they were so inspiring. You see right here, it even says it right there. Okay, let's try another one. Hurricanes are large, intense storms that begin over the ocean, where they gather heat and energy from the water. Hurricanes move slowly toward land, usually moving 10 to 20 miles per hour for more than 1 week. The most dangerous part of the hurricane is the storm surge, when it reaches land and causes flooding. Wind and waves also contribute to the damage caused by these surges. So I want you to pause the video and I want you to figure out, is it A, B, C, or D? Remember, it talks about hurricanes a lot. So if there's an answer down here that has nothing to do with hurricanes, mark it out. Okay, so I hope that you unpause. And I'm going to go through all of the questions. Hurricanes are dangerous storms. So the thing about this that I notice is it says in almost every sentence how they're intense, how they're dangerous, how they cause a lot of damage. So that to me shows that it's backed up in multiple parts of the passage that it's dangerous. So I'm thinking that's a pretty good one. So hurricanes begin over the ocean. Did they only talk about that the whole time? No, that was only one part of it. They only said that in the first sentence. They didn't say that in all the other sentences, so that can't be it. One type of storm is called a hurricane. Well, yes, that is true. It did talk about how only one type of storm is called a hurricane, but I would say that it talks about it being dangerous more than that just doesn't cover everything. This covers everything. This one doesn't cover as much, so I'm going to say no on that. And hurricanes are different from other storms. It does not mention one other kind of storm in this passage. I hope that you mark that off immediately. It only talks about hurricanes. So my answer would be A. So when you're doing this, you're looking at the first sentence, you're looking at the last sentence, you're looking at all of the repetition in there, the main thing it talks about. So now for your assignment, you're going to go through and you're going to have what looks like this. So there are 4 task cards, A, B, C, and D. So that means your grade on this, you're going to have to really focus because there's only 4 questions. So it's going to affect your grade. So This right here says, after reading task card A, what is the central idea in 10 words or less? So you'll go, this is card A. You'll go to card A and you'll read it. And then in one sentence, you're going to tell me the central idea. It is not a couple of words, one word, two word. No, it is multiple words. It is a sentence. Get this. Just like in these task cards, a central idea is a complete sentence. So you're going to write one sentence telling me the main idea of A. On this one, you'll tell me the central idea of B. On this one, the central idea of C, and then D. So you have to write it in one sentence. I'm not asking you for the details. I just want the central idea. So go through, read A, and then write the central idea. Look for repeated words. Look for the first sentence, the last sentence. What's the main thing that it talks about? All right, guys, I love you guys so very much. I hope that you have a great day. And if you need any help, please just hop on Zoom at 12:40 during my help time, and I will happily help you. Bye.